Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you a couple of different methods for AFKing the Twin Furies. The Twin Furies are the Zamorakian generals in the heart of Gielinor, and they have some decent drops for how little effort you'll need to put into these methods. Here's what I'll be covering, and the timestamps will be in the description. The general requirements, AFKing with melee, AFKing with magic, and then the rewards. The inventory setup is the same for both methods. Just bring your overloads, prayer renewals, pray to store potions, incense sticks if you're using them, your enhanced Excalibur, and your ancient elven ritual shard. For magic, make sure to bring your runes or pouch for all of them. The requirements for these methods are pretty modest. The total gear cost for magic and melee both come out to well less than 1 billion GP each. For both of these methods you want 95 prayer with ancient curses for access to turmoil and soul split. 90 plus herblore is required for overloads, preferably elder overloads and also prayer renewals. You'll need 80 range to even access the Twin Furies. You'll want 85 plus magic for the magic method, preferably 98, and 92 plus melee stats for the melee method. You'll want 96 summoning and access to ancient summoning for the Ripper Demon, though AFKing the twins is entirely possible without a familiar at all, though it is much faster with one. If you don't want to spend the cash on a Ripper Demon, a Steel Titan with scrolls or a similarly high DPS familiar will work too. Note that the kill times and rates in this video are assuming you're using a Ripper Demon with scrolls, which is a huge DPS increase, but may not break even cost-wise. If you want to maximize your kills, also bring some Spiritweed incense sticks if you're using a familiar with scrolls. You'll need a Zuck cape for the combat style that you're using, either magic or melee, or you can use the hybrid cape. Not having this will slow down your kills by several seconds. One really helpful thing here is to have the Persistent Rage Archaeology Relic, which requires level 98 Archaeology, or an Adrenaline Urn, both of which will keep your adrenaline up between spawns of the boss. While not requirements for these methods, the Enhanced Excalibur and Ancient Elven Ritual Shard are really nice to have here, which both restore 40% of your health and prayer respectively every 5 minutes. If you want to save some money, use Lantidime Incense Sticks to increase the duration of your overloads and prayer renewals. Lastly, for your aura, the order precedence is Vampirism, Dark Magic, Supreme Invigorate, Inspiration, and then Penance. If you don't want to restore your prayer manually, I recommend using Powders of Penance over the Penance aura though. The prayer powders are a little expensive right now, so that's entirely up to how little effort you want to give. First, we'll get into the melee method for AFKing the twins. Here's the gear that you want to bring for this. For the helmet slot, bring the Jaws of Abyss. For the chest and legs, bring a Masterwork Plate Body and Masterwork Plate Legs. For your gloves, bring the Gloves of Passage if you have them, or any other melee power gloves, but note the Cinderbanes won't work here because the twins aren't poisonable. Any melee power boots, I'm using the Lacerations. The melee Zuck cape, either an Essence of Finality or the Amulet of Souls. A Scrimshaw of Vampirism is a must. Bring your Reaver's Ring if you have one, though a Champion's Ring will work just fine. Normally for the Twin Furies, you'd bring a halberd range two-handed weapon because the twins share one health pool and each can be hit separately by AoE abilities. But while AFKing, they won't be adjacent enough for you to make use of this most of the time. You want to bring the Tier 92 Abyssal Scourge here, which has a passive effect to inflict high damage bleeds that get stronger the longer you attack an enemy. Pair the Scourge with any Tier 85 or higher melee offhand and you'll be able to close the gap between single target and AoE damage here. All of this gear brings the total cost to about 800 mil at today's prices, but you can get away with 490 mil by subbing the Amulet of Souls for the Essence of Finality, Razorbacks for the Gloves of Passage, and a Champion's Ring for the Berserker Ring. Here's the Revo bar for this setup. First is Dismember, which will keep your adrenaline up with the Jaws of Abyss passive. Assault next. Then Havoc, which will increase your Dismember damage and give you some extra damage on the next ability from the Gloves of Passage passive. Decimate, Destroy, Sever, Overpower, which will do a metric ton of damage when paired with the Zuck cape, Slaughter. And you most likely won't ever need to use any abilities past this, so I have Sacrifice here for some extra healing just in case. After you've gotten your 20 or 40 kill count for Zamorak, create a fastest respawn rate instance for the twins, then go for the far wall. Activate your aura, overload, Scrimshaw, and pray Soul Split and Turmoil. Make sure to attack Avarice when she spawns, which is the bluish one. Your kills will go much worse if you attack Namora instead. Now you wait, my kills take about 1 minute on average, with the kill times being very consistently between 57 seconds and 1 minute 3 seconds. Here's a full kill. This will net you about 42 kills per hour. The only thing you'll need to do is restore your prayer, refresh your overload and prayer renewal, pick up your drops, and tag Avarice at the start of each of the kills. The magic method for killing the twins will net you a few less kills per hour than melee unless you're in best in slot or nearly best in slot gear, but the survivability is much greater than the melee method, and the setup is a little bit cheaper as well. There are a few more requirements for the magic method. You'll need 84 magic and the completion of City of Sintistin for Animate Dead, Greater Concentrated Blast, and Corruption Blast unlocked. And you'll get much better kills if you have 98 magic for Insight Fear. Here's the gear you'll need for this. Again, this is the setup I'm recommending for one build total or less, so feel free to make any upgrades you can from here. For your head, you'll want the Ganondorf visor, top and bottoms, the Scripture of Jazz, the Zut Cape, the Essence of Finality or Amulet of Souls, Crypt Plume boots and gloves, the Reaver's Ring. For your weapons, you want the Sour Wand in the Virtus Book. This brings the total cost of the setup to 771 mil or 551 mil with the Amulet of Souls. If the Crypt Plume is too expensive, you could also replace it with Ganodermic for a total cost of about 190 mil, adding in the cost of the Mazcab and Concentrated Blast ability codices. That brings the total setup cost to about 388 mil. Here's the Revo bar for magic. First is Debilitate, which you can take off if you're not taking much damage. Tsunami is next, which has a really great synergy with Insight Fear, causing all crits for 30 seconds to generate adrenaline. Next is Metamorphosis, don't use Sunshine here. Next is Smoke Tendrils, which forces each of its hits to crit, generating a ton of adrenaline for you. Then Concentrated Blast, Corruption Blast, which can hit both of the twins, Dragon's Breath, which is also AoE, Asphyxiate, Wild Magic, and then Combust. If you don't have 98 magic for Insight Fear, remove Tsunami from the bar. Create your fastest respawn rate instance, drink an overload, pray renewal, activate your Jazz Book, cast Animate Dead, then pray Soul Split and Torment for the fight. When the twins spawn, tag Avarice, which is the bluish one. Doing so will cause your character to path away from her for most of her surge attacks. Now you can AFK for the rest of the kill. Here's an example. My kills were 1 minute 9 seconds in average with this setup. Tier 88 or tier 90 weapons will easily push your time down below 1 minute. Killing the Twin Furies can be pretty lucrative. The magic and melee methods have shown that about 38 and 42 kills per hour respectively. The big drops here are the Blades of Avarice and Nymora, which are about 2 mil each, the Crest of Zamorak, which is 13 mil, and the Zamarakian Essence, which is about 14 mil. The profit you'll make here varies drastically based on your reputation with the Zamarakian faction. At 0% favor, the average Twin Furies kill is worth 140k in uniques, and the average kill is worth double that, 280k at 100% favor. About half of your profit here will come from common drops. Each kill is worth a little over 350k total at 100% favor. The magic and melee AFK methods are about 13.4 million GP per hour and 14.8 million GP per hour on average, respectively, not including your gear and supplies costs. The Twin Furies give 8k combat XP and 2.6k constitution XP per kill, so you'll get about 340k melee XP and 111k constitution XP per hour with melee, or 304k magic XP and 100k constitution XP per hour if you're using the magic method. I hope you guys found this guide useful, and check out my RS3 AFK bossing playlist for more guides like this. Side note, I'm making a RuneScape themed prop hunt game, and I'm hoping to be releasing it soon. If you'd be interested in playing it, the itch.io page is linked down in the description. Thanks for watching and see you next time.